Hi, good morning. Gavin from Car Buying Guru, and today in Car Buying Secrets, I'm going to tell you how you can beat the dealer. Now, firstly, I want to thank everyone that has been viewing, tuning in, watching us back on Facebook Live, or even on YouTube. So, Car Buying Guru or at Car Buying Guru UK on YouTube. So yeah, anyone that's been watching, commenting, sharing, etc., thank you. And today, like I said, I'll be telling you guys how to beat a dealer. I spent 5 years in a dealership. Part of that time was on the floor as a salesman. Part of that time was actually as a business manager. So actually managing the team, and then obviously went on to set up Car Buying Guru, and it's what I do now. So I've got lots of experience in the dealership, spent more time in the dealership than I did at home with my family at that point in my life. So if anyone knows a bit about actually visiting dealerships, it will be me. Now, first thing I'll advise if you are going to visit a dealership to buy a new or a used car, but definitely on a used car, is do a bit of research. There's loads of platforms now, as you guys probably know. The most popular one that I can think of is Auto Trader. Most dealerships use that. Any dealership that's worth their salt does put their cars on that platform as soon as it comes in. So you're not really going to go down to a dealership and find any gems just off the cuff. If you have got a car, or sorry, if they've got a car that is worth looking at, then they're going to have it on autotrader.co.uk. There's also motors.com, I believe it is, or motors.co.uk. That's another website, not as good as Auto Trader, I don't think, but it's one that you can look at and see what cars are available in your local area. And also on company websites. So if you go on the actual dealership's website, they should have as much, all their stock on there if they're worth their salt, basically. A dealership of a decent size will have a custom person in the business that sole job is to put their vehicles on their website and on likes of Auto Trader as soon as they come in. So do a bit of research. And the reason why I say that is because once you get to the dealership, you might be surprised. You might have a budget of say 8 grand, and the car you're looking at is actually £10,000, and all the dealerships in your local area are actually selling the car for £10,000. So to avoid disappointment, waste your time, waste people's time at the dealership, just do a bit of research, write down exactly what cars you want to look at. You can get the registration numbers from the pictures, etc., so you know exactly what you're doing as far as what car you're going to be able to afford. Same with finance deals as well, by the way. On Auto Trader, you can actually look at the monthly payments. So again, if you've got a budget of say £150, every dealership in your local area is selling that said car for £200 a month, then you know that you're probably looking at the wrong car, or you're going to have to up your budget to get there. So just to avoid disappointment, and another good thing with research is also you know which garages are selling the cars at the best price. So you don't end up going into a garage that's trying to rip you off, basically. So yeah, do a bit of research prior to you visiting the dealership, and that will avoid disappointment and also help you get the best deal possible. Now this one, the second point I've got, might be a bit of a surprise to some of you guys, but I've seen it time and time again when I was on the dealership, and people treat the salesman, so the person that you actually speak to throughout 90%, if not the whole process, is a salesperson. Now, there's different levels to the way a dealership's set up. So the person that will meet and greet you usually is a salesman. Then above him, or the guy that will arrange the finance for you or arrange the deal for you, is a business manager. And then above that is usually like a sales manager. Now, there's different titles for them, but there's a 3-step process, basically. The thing is with that hierarchy is that the actual salesman is the guy that's actually on your side. So when he approaches you, or she, when they approach you and say, hello, how you doing? How can I help you? And you've got a stack of cars, or you've got that list I've told you, you've done your research, you know what you're doing, you know what car you want. They're not trying to rip you off. The thing is, if they don't buy a car, or sorry, if they don't sell you a car, their colleague Dave's going to sell that same car, and they don't get paid. So they want to sell you a car. And the only way they're going to sell you a car is if you're happy. So use that knowledge to your advantage. So if someone's going to come in and say hello to you at a garage, don't say you're fine, it's fine, you know what you're doing, or it's fine, you don't need any help, when you know full well that that person knows exactly where the car you want is. You know what deal it is. If you've done your research, you know what sort of money you can pay for it, you know what sort of finance package you can get at the budget you want. You're loaded up, and all they've got to do is deliver it. Now, what they'll do is take all the information you give them and feed it back to their business manager or, I don't know, their sales leader, and then they'll put together a package for you. The worst thing you can do is try and deceive that salesman, or try and treat him as an enemy, in my opinion, because he can't then do what he needs to do to get a deal done. He's sort of your negotiator. He's your mouthpiece, if you like, when speaking to the person, the business manager, that puts the deal together. So embracing, be friendly. Any salesman that's actually worth their job knows how to engage with people. Usually a friendly person, usually someone that's easy to talk to. So be friendly with them. Get them on side. Make sure that they know exactly what you want. Be clear with what your budget is. Stick to it. And yeah, you should have a good experience. Don't get me wrong. There are some bad salesmen out there. Like, there's bad people everywhere. But if you find a salesman that is good at his job and is good, and you do build a good rapport with that person, you can probably get yourself a very good deal if you keep them on side. It's like having your mate sell you a car. They're not going to rip you off if they're a good friend. And the third point is don't buy off emotion. And what do I mean by that? When you go to a dealership, sometimes you might get excited. You just test drove a new car. You're thinking, oh, this is a car for me, and then bam, they hit you, and the deal doesn't feel quite right. But that emotion or that feeling of, yes, this is my car. I found my new car. I'm gonna finally have my new car. It's gonna be eating away at you. And this is where a lot of people end up making long-term decisions, like in entering a 4 or 5 year finance agreement based on a 2-minute test drive. And maybe the car wasn't right for them, it wasn't practical enough, or the budget was too high, the monthly payments were too high. There are various things that can go wrong. So when I say don't buy off emotion, I mean don't sit in that dealership and think, I have to buy this car today or I'm going to lose out. Especially if you're buying a used car. In fact, if you're buying a new car, more to the point, because every dealership with like certain manufacturers, if you're visiting a dealership, that is, they've got pretty much the same deals on. They can pretty much do the same thing, and they're very unlikely to run out of a car. They might not even have built the car yet if you're buying a brand new one. A used one, yes, you can lose that particular car, but depending on what car it is, unless it's a rare beast, you're going to be able to find another one. So don't buy off emotion straight away, because it's not really going to benefit you in the long run, and you will regret it in years to come. So yeah, try and make sure that you do make a calculated decision, or a decision based more on logic. And if you need to, you're not sure in the moment, walk away. Just walk away, have a think about it. Tell the dealer you'll give them a call later on that day. It doesn't have to be like weeks later. Have a think, have a discussion with your partner or your parents or whatever the case may be, just to make sure you're comfortable with the decision. Because like I said, it is a long-term decision that you are entering. What we do at Car Buying Guru, and this sort of leads me on to the question that we had in the week. It was from a viewer last week, Charmaine. Thank you for tuning in last week, Charmaine, leaving a comment and also messaging us with a question, is how do we work? And that falls into my third point, buying off emotion. We take that emotion away from you. So if you do get in touch with us at carbuyingguru.co.uk is the website, at Car Buying Guru UK on all the social media. So obviously here on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter as well. Get in touch with us, drop us a message, and we can actually do the running around. We can use one of our dealer partners, or even contact your preferred dealer that's got your car in stock, do all the negotiating, put a finance deal together, and that way we take away the emotional side. We can tell you, look, this deal ain't right, the car's expensive, various things. We can look at the whole package. Myself and some of the guys I work with have got great experience in the motor trade, so we can take that element of doubt away from you, and you can be a lot more comfortable in your long-term commitment to the car. So like I said, yeah, answering Charmaine's question, that's how we work. We are a broker firsthand, but we also have a unique and a bespoke service where we do all the running around, all the legwork, and make sure that your purchase is the right one, and you are getting the best deal possible when purchasing a vehicle, be it a new or a used one. New one on lease or a used one on a PCP, for instance. So yeah, thank you again to Charmaine for commenting and sending a question in. Also sharing, we got a lot of people sharing last week. It's much appreciated. Trying to deliver some great content, some great information that you guys can use in your buying experience to make it a bit better. We were also done. We've created some PDFs, some documents, which are going to be based on the stuff I'm talking about. So there's no need to be scribbling away. Should have probably said that at the beginning. There's no need to be scribbling away, making notes. We do repost these, so you're going to be on our Facebook page forever. But also, if you click the button below on Facebook, there should be a sign up button below this video. If you're rewatching it, if you're watching it live, it won't be there yet. But if you're rewatching it, there's a sign up button below. Click that button, fill in this small form on our website, and we'll be sending out PDFs on a weekly basis starting middle of this week. We're going to send you 3 this week. One for the first one on about leasing, the second one on about how to get a good finance deal, and obviously today's one on how to beat a dealer. It's a bit more information. You can actually take that away or have it on your phone when visiting a dealership, so you can have all the car buying guru information at your fingertips. So yeah, make sure you do click that button below to sign up, comment, share. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, and we're going to keep on doing this. We're going to keep on giving you information. Got loads more topics that I've got listed. So every Sunday at 10 o'clock, you can catch us here, or it will be posted straight after on our Facebook page, Car Buying Guru UK. Thanks again for watching.